started. Will everybody run? Pledge the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did everybody have a chance to look at the minutes? And is there any
I have.
corrections?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Pass that down to you, too, and we'll pass it back over here. Is Judge Good, is he going to be here?
I don't think it was going to be here.
Okay.
Do we just want to call those email?
I was going to say, we know what,
extra questions.
I don't think him, and that's under the,
It's all in county general.
county in general.
It's the amount, we moved the entire amount of pauper billable services over to the public defender budget. I was unaware at that time, I guess, I didn't realize that circuit court pays their psychiatric services out of a separate line item, and Superior had always paid their psychiatric services out of pauper billable services. So this is just making both budgets uniform in putting a psychiatric services line there and moving that money from pauper billable to psychiatric services.
And that's $10,000.
$10,000, and that's what they estimate that they can use through the rest of the year.
And I think that email went to everybody.
Yeah,
Devin
I-
Sharp is
yeah,
A-OK.
yeah, she
and
sent-
she did the
yeah,
check.
we got- I got that, yeah.
I remember all that one too.
Does anybody need anything else on that? Because I had that also, and I printed that off, but if anybody needs it, yeah. It's here, does anybody need to look at it or anything? We can go ahead and vote on that if you would want to. It's Fund 1000-023-0314 for $10,000, and that's a Superior pauper billable. It's going to psychiatric services, which is 1000-0117-0393. Do I have a motion to accept that, do that, Pam? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor? Okay. The only other thing I have on the list is transfers and additionals. Did anybody else have anything else that?
It was so odd, I had nothing.
I
No
know,
one really
those are
contacted
kind of
me.
nice meetings, to have those kind of things, that direction.
Judge is here.
Oh, the judge is here, well, have him come in and. Is he already left?
Hey,
No.
Judge?
He's out there
Judge?
talking to
Yeah.
Commissioner Will. I leave.
Okay, no, it's over here. We
stall?
kind of already voted, but if you'd like to make some comments, please do.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry for the delay. I was outside talking to a couple of the sheriff's deputies about some questions that they had. So just briefly, and you already know from the email that I had sent to Heather previously, that when the public defender office was created, that a huge portion of what was my budget got transferred to that office, and the pauper billable is what all of the mental health evaluations were paid out of, and so that created that void in my budget. I've talked with Devin Sharp, and he wants $10,000 from that pauper billable moved over into a line item for those mental health evaluations that you'll create. And I'll probably be coming back next month to ask for additional appropriation into that line item. That remains to be seen. We have 4 different people that have either been evaluated or in the process process of being evaluated right now, and the price is going up every day on those. So probably looking at roughly $2,500 per defendant. I have one doctor that does them a lot cheaper, but she's the only one I can find.
Will you give us a status update on the collaboration with Madison State Hospital? You know, if there's any holdup, if there's anything we could do to
Well,
speed up
any,
process?
reaching out to any of our state legislators, I'm sure would help. I've asked again, or brought up the subject again with state representatives, and they talk like it's something that that they will certainly consider and bring to their colleagues. But yeah, if you have personal contact with any of them, then just reaching out to them probably would be a good idea.
I've spoken to Randy Fry, and he's gonna try and get that on the agenda when they go back in session.
Yeah, he did say that.
I know last year, whenever I sent the letter, Randy got a hold of me and said, we're in the middle of session, it's too late now, but we'll look at that next year. And then I saw him recently and reminded him about it, and he gave me the same response that he gave Ray. So, it's not a killer to Madison State Hospital. I think we're probably looking at between $40,000 and $50,000 a year on the average. But that is, as you know, it's hard on our budget, so hopefully we'll get that moved through. I was just looking at the numbers from last year. We spent $21,054.18 on evaluations. Circuit spent $21,800, and that was $42,854.18 combined. I know that Circuit has a $26,000 budget for that this year, and I talked to Judge Moat, and knock on wood, he said that he has not spent any of that yet. So hopefully it'll stay the same. But are there any other questions?
No.
Okay, sorry for the delay.
Oh, no
Didn't
problem,
realize
no
I was
problem.
going to be up as soon as I walked in.
Well, we don't have a lot on our agenda on the first meeting, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
Anybody have questions or anything? Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Thank you.
Thanks for
We can go back to the, is Dave Thomas? I thought I saw him here earlier. Is he still here?
I think he's in, over there. I think he's in Troy's office.
He's going to make a comment about the handler.
While you're talking about public defender, Heather, you can back me up if I'm wrong on this. We had our meeting last Wednesday, and the caseloads are down. They're more realistic.
Okay.
And also, last year we got $249,000 and change back from the state.
I saw that
Yeah.
in the commissioners meeting. That's great that we can get that back. That was really good. That's a savings to the county.
Yeah, because when we got into it,
Yeah,
it was $572,000 a year, remember?
I know.
And we got nothing back.
I know, got nothing back, so this is really good. Okay, Dave, do you have a report or anything on how is the jail coming? How, or anything?
All the jails have scheduled.
Okay,
It's coming along well. Population in the old jail right now is 202. And we just had a bunch of warrants go out, so I really, for the rest of the week, had no idea how much that's gonna go up. Budget-wise, I don't need to ask for any money, everything's running pretty smooth.
other
So,
than for the dog handler.
what's that?
There's in our budget, they're asking for money from a deputy's position to a
Yes.
canine handler.
Yes.
Okay.
That's just to send him to school. We actually already, he came with a canine that had been retired. We just had to get him back trained up.
Is that what your understanding is, Heather?
Oh, no, you're asking
Yeah.
about no.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about the handler fee.
We've had
Handler
them,
fee.
we've had them look and do the numbers. And if we pay them $10
A day.
a day, it's cheaper than the comp time they incur. We have, well, by federal law, we're required to give them, what is 7?
I'm not sure.
I think it's 7 hours a week for care of the canine. That's a part of it, and the canine officers just, their comp is just,
So that goes up in comp time, and then their comp time.
Well, it's time and a half.
goes- Yes, it's time and a half against any of their salary, and if it's $10, you're saying $10 a day, this is what this amount would be.
it's cheaper in the long run.
Yeah. So, is this $5,200, is this to the end of the year, or is that what this
Yes, Libby
is?
told me that they needed 4,000, let's see, no, 5,180, so she
We
just
just
rounded it,
rounded it
so
up to
it was
5,200.
right down to the,
Okay, so that, and the dog handler fee, you know, and everything, so we have one at the at the county, we have 2.
One for the jail, one for it's on the road.
Okay,
And I'm looking at maybe if I can get donations, getting a second one for the road. I would like to have them on each side of the shift, so both shifts have someone.
okay.
I don't know what it is with canines, but it's hard to find handlers at home when you have to call them out. For all departments, really. Whether it be us, the city, the state, conservation, it's just, they're all spread out all over the place.
Can you remind me the 2 officers that are your current handlers?
Jasper, and I can never pronounce Devlin's last name. He's the guy that came from Seymour.
McMendez.
Joey is his dog's name. Devlin, what do you know? Hey, Kevin.
What'd you say, McMahon?
I think it's
Yes,
McMendez.
yeah, that's it.
Okay,
McMendez. That's where I don't put the D in it,
okay.
so.
Well, while you're here, let's just go ahead and do the transfer on that, this is from 1000-005-0115 for $5,200 to, from the a deputy's position because you didn't fill it, so you had the funds out of that position.
Well, I have 2 in the academy now that graduate Friday.
Okay,
And then I just got a lateral, Richards from Vivi, so I have 1 left to fill. So,
okay.
and hopefully I'll get that done this year.
And this will go into 1000-005-0121 for the K-9. So do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Ready? Second, Chris? All those in favor? Okay, thank you,
You're
Dave.
welcome. Anything else?
No, does anybody have anything else for Dave?
No.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Well, I guess that's where we were, was the transfers and additions. This, we're going to go back to the grant requirements, is that correct, on the health department, is what we're needing?
so, when Tammy and Lindsay were here last month, we discussed, the co-ag nurse and the co-ag clerical. We had originally appropriated those amounts in, the health department. But then after our audit, we realized that those grants should actually be running through a separate fund. So 8105 is going to be the co-ag fund to, and that is their entire budget that they need for that.
And that's $72,137.67, is that correct? That's counting
Yes,
the education and
that's-
training and the clerk, their salaries and the perf and the social security, unemployment, health insurance, office supplies, travel, everything, is that correct? Okay.
That is everything that they have right now.
And it is a grant, so that it just needs to be approved, because now, this is the new thing that
And
they
this
want
is
from
the-
the state.
Right,
They want
so-
everything done.
We were supposed to be appropriating the grants all along,
Okay.
but during the federal audit, we realized we were missing that up.
Okay.
When Lindsay puts in her proposed budget, then when we begin budget cycling this fall, I mean, really, it'll still come to us attached to, so to speak, the health department, but really moving forward.
She'll have
those
multiple
grant dollars,
funds
they're gonna
now,
stay.
so she'll have several funds for each grant.
So
That
each grant will have to have a separate fund. Is that what we're having set up each time?
Yes.
Okay. As everybody has seen that, do I have a motion that we take care of that grant at $72,137.67?
Motion.
Pam, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Okay. Then there's a grant, a COVID preparedness grant.
COVID preparedness grant,
Okay.
this has already been, this was from last year. They are just now spending this grant,
Yes.
so the State Board of Accounts told me to leave anything that had already been receipted in from prior year in that fund. So, they are getting ready to spend that money.
Okay, so that would be advertised, and that fund's gonna be go into 1159, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and that's for $11,000. Do I have a motion to accept that?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Gary? All those in favor? Okay, and then I have an administrative fund, which is fund name 9112, and is that also a grant?
That is ARPA, yes, that is, so, since we already have the signed contractual agreements for the administrative work that was done on the grant, I did go ahead and advertise the 25,000 for us to get that appropriated today.
Okay. And that's for 25,000. Okay, so that would be, yeah. Do we have a motion to accept that?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Pam, and those in favor? Okay, now, we need a motion, did you have anything else before we do the motion on the whole resolution?
No.
Okay. So the resolution, 2209, for May the 9th, this is resolved that the Jefferson County Council of Jefferson County that the expenses of the tax unit and the following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of the funds named and for the purpose specified, subject to law governing the same. Fund 8105 is $72,137.67. Fund 1159 is $11,000, and Fund 9112 is $25,000, and that's a total of $108,137.67. So I'll need a motion for that.
I'll motion.
Pam, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, great. All those in favor? Okay, this one we have to sign.
Yes.
That's number 9. Correct.
Yes, Once you sign that, we need to get that. That's all I have on that sheet. Do we have anything else that you know of? Do we have anything from the audience on for our regular meeting? Gosh, folks. We could've got out of here in a hurry. Yes, Pam?
Did I wanted to go back. Let me look at something
Okay.
real quick. I wanted to look at something. See if I had a question. No, I don't.
We didn't have
I was
any-
just looking at the phone number.
Oh, okay, we didn't have anything else that was brought up in the other meetings, or anything that we go back to, you think you've got everything covered, Heather? Is there anything going forward, say for June or anything? that you know ahead of time that we'll, might have to have some information on?
The June meeting, I will probably come forward with dates for, our budget meetings.
Okay.
And moving forward from there, but everything else, I think we're pretty good.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything? The animal shelter doing okay, Ray, or do you know, or, I know you've been meeting, or having lots of meetings.
So far, it's going okay.
Good, good. And then the jails is coming along well, and everything else, Commissioner, have anything for our regular meeting? Either one? Okay. All right. I'll take a motion to adjourn this part of the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
And second? All those in favor? Okay.